What's up, BCBG family? We are back at it on a beautiful spring day. I got a microphone here. Hopefully, it's coming in loud and clear. I noticed some audio issues in my last videos. I wanted to rectify those. So it is. It's looking like something is happening, and it's actually warming up a bit. And we're in springtime now, but I thought that we at least had another month or two of like pretty rainy weather. But stuff is coming to life. So I'm gonna take a cue from my environment, from the little robin that just landed on top of the fence. I'm gonna take a cue from nature, and we're gonna start sifting some dirt. What we are going to be doing, we'll grab this. We're gonna go over here. I just messed up my framing, so hopefully I can get that back. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab our wheelbarrow. And then we're gonna probably try and do, man, this thing is so slow. Come on now, slow. All right, we're gonna be trying to at least do 3 of these bags. I have these 2. I have that one over here, and I have these over here. So I'm gonna be trying to do at least 3 so that we can get some lettuce and some carrots in today. So I'm gonna set up for that. I'm gonna set you guys back down, and we're gonna get started. And like I said, we're gonna take our time doing this. I'm gonna try not to go past what is it, 12 p.m. Right now it is, what time? What time is it right now? Right now it's 11:46, so it only gives me 15 minutes. I'll probably go a little bit longer than that, just to, get a little bit more done, get a little of this recording done. But yeah, we're gonna get started. So we got our sifter we're using here. Of course, you guys know the sifter. It's Johnson sifter that I built. I needed something hefty to help me with the throughput for all my stuff. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna grab a bag, and then I also have the power tool. So hopefully help us. And I'm going to just keep talking because you guys will be able to hear me. As I'm walking around, Amazon, this thing's pretty low, $30. I didn't go partly. It's pretty good. All right, and then we got our tarp over here. We're gonna open our tarp. We're gonna lay this out because this is where we're gonna be dumping our dirt when we're done sifting it. Move, Copper, get out of the way. Get out of the way. Go, go, go. He's not very. He's a smart dog. Yes, he's a smart dog. He's just, he's been very well taken care of. And unfortunately, when you take care of something so well, it can lax. Because they've basically been trusting you with their safety their entire lives. Get out of the way. Go somewhere. I don't have a place for you to sit down. You want to sit down out here. You gotta find a place to be. And like I said, we're probably not going to get down to this today. We'll probably only get through like one bucket. But we are starting one thing at a time. You guys remember the video I did called One Thing at a Time? So sometimes things can be a little overwhelming. But you have to remember, just take things one thing at a time. You have to. There's no other way to handle it but to do it one thing at a time. I'm going to move this forward, hold that down. Now, let's see if we're in frame. I might bring you closer. Yeah, I would love to be closer, but no such luck right now. This camera isn't the greatest, but it works for what we need it to. All right, we'll do that right there. So we're gonna start sifting this, and we use our power tool to break this up. The first thing you want to do when you're doing this, of course, is come over here, put this on the ground, and smoosh it on the sides. You probably can't see this, and I'm sorry, but the app that's supposed to come with this gimbal to follow me is it doesn't work. The website is funny. The dang website itself and the for the gimbal, it just doesn't work. Period. You know, you're like, well, maybe it's a different website. Like, nope. I think their whole shit just got shut down. I don't know why. But I don't have the app. So all I can use it for is for carrying and, you know, moving the camera around, and for as it is right now, a tripod. It works. I gotta keep it plugged in. And this, like I said, at this time, usually when I'm sifting dirt, I'm gonna try to not feel like I have to fill every silence. But unfortunately, I know that this stuff is boring. It's exciting to me because guess what? I get free compost and I get new soil, quote unquote new soil. And not only is it new, it's so good. This soil is so goddamn good. This soil is so good because it's been sitting in here breaking down. It had worms in here and everything. Start here. And as this stuff breaks down, you get your worm castings, you get all your bug poop. That's what you want, you know? Bug poop. Bug poop. Fabric of our lives. Alright, got a power tool. Drill this up. Try not to drill our hand. And break this up a little bit. Use our power tool. Oh. I don't want those down there. No, thank you. I'm going to move this up a little. That's a little better. And I made this the right size and shape by accident. I put these lips on here kind of at the last second, and they work perfectly for sitting on the side of this wheelbarrow and allow me to sift through. Pretty cool. Let me see if I can, you know what, I'm gonna see if I can get a closer shot so you can see how it actually looks up close when I'm sifting. I don't even know if I have anything to sit you on. Let's see. Okay. got the barbecue grill. Let's see if we can set you on that. Yeah, I think that'll work. Well, enlist the barbecue grill for help today. Bring him closer. Bring him a little closer. Bring him a little closer. There we go. Yeah. All right. Cool. Now I'm gonna get a chair or a stool because my back is doing this stuff for too long. I'm trying to have a kind of a relaxed session here and not be in pain afterward. This stuff is hard on the back. Let anybody tell you otherwise, this is hard on the back. I'm 37 years old, but I did, military service, and unfortunately, like I said, or fortunately, unfortunately, take my ring off. My dad had me working in carpentry. Shoot. When I was probably about 8, I didn't do nothing when I was 8. It was probably when I was maybe 11 and 12 when I really started doing the actual work. But I was just as dumb as my kid. So I helped vacuum. I helped collect tools after they were done. So I had my little jobs. But unfortunately, as much work ethic as that did instill into me and taught me a lot of things. I'm so thankful to my dad for, giving me that time in his life to teach me, his trade and, how to be resilient in a lot of ways, be strong. I think we can say for all of our parents, he had his flaws, he has his flaws, and he's still alive. But he was there for me, I didn't have a great childhood, I am somewhere on the autistic spectrum. I'm just really learning and accepting that now as a 37-year-old man. And back then, certain things, were just kind of not understood as what they were. And not only that, my parents, like I said, they were doing what they could. They did what they could. And, you talk about our society as a, oh no, are you dead? Oh, he's dead. Sorry, guy. I'm trying not to kill all the worms. Like, before, me and Eli were out here, we were trying to save each and every worm, but I don't have time today, Thank you for your life worms. Your bodies will go back into the earth and feed the next life in the future. Thank you for your sacrifice. I'm sorry that I can't save all of you. Anyway, what were we talking about? Autism. So, autism was understood as something completely different back then. It was just basically, people would call you retarded. Oh, you're retarded. And it was a collective term for all neurodivergence. And people did as much as they could to not be, oh my gosh, no way. It might start raining. We're going to keep doing this until it does. But, like I said, because of that, I didn't have a very, very fun upbringing, My mom didn't understand me in what it was, what I was, who I was, why I was. And a lot of my behavior ended up becoming more of an affliction for her than, understanding that I just literally didn't have much control over my, emotions at certain times. She called me very cool and relaxed and chill, But for the most part, I was just trying to be around people and tolerate them, you know. Um, Not only that, I thought that I was decent in social scenarios, and the thing is, just like from military, you know, I went to college, and it's like it's where you go to grow as a person, um, to learn how to operate, to learn other people, you know, and I did that, and I learned myself, and I became pretty fucking good in social situation. I did, and it was very learned. The thing is, you know, none of this was uh, natural for me like it is a lot of people. So I had to learn. I had to learn how to be. I had to learn how to be in social, you know. While at the same time, I definitely was ignoring and not acknowledging who I was authentically. And, you know, ultimately ending up becoming somebody that I didn't recognize. Not only not so much as I didn't recognize, but just somebody who I couldn't be effortlessly. So that's a big root ball. That's decent. So still nutrients they can break down. And it becomes tiring. You know, I ended up doing a lot of things in my life, especially you talking about my career, that I didn't have the social capacity to do long term. I was a life insurance guy for a while. I worked for Northwestern Mutual. I worked for Primerica for a while. That was a nightmare. What else I worked for? Of course, I worked for HP for 6 years. Given the work that I did was more along the lines of data analytics and process engineering, but there were still a lot of social interactions and navigation that I guess didn't have the knowledge or the skills to navigate. And like you said, it's not so much as, oh, make friends or whatever. It's literally understanding all the nuance involved in corporate America. And not only the nuance, but just like the games that are played out loud. You know, all the little, you know, ladder climbing and the freaking espionage between coworkers and all this, you know, extra shit. I was the guy who was like, let's all get together, let's all go do something, let's all, you know, build a team, let's do some, you know, activities, let's build each other, let's be a team together, while at the same time everybody around me is playing an entirely different game. You know, I thought that, oh, being a team player, being authentic, being legit, coming in and doing work that really brings people together would like be the thing that, oh, that, you know. And like I said, you just don't realize these things until well after the fact. And I can't do that anymore. And that's why I garden, you know. This is where I can be 100% authentically myself. This is where I've learned so much about myself and learned how to accept so many parts of myself in gardening. I'm a nerd, you know, and not like it's the Star Wars track, none of that, you know. I'm a I'm a nerd, and like I said, no shade to Star Wars people, but you know, people have a very, you know, specific idea and thought of what nerds and geeks are supposed to be. I'm a nerd because I love learning and I love applying what I'm learning. I'm a nerd because I love trying stuff out. I love being excited about new things and new changes and innovation and possibility. We live in the future now. We literally live. I don't know if you guys have realized this or not, but we literally live in the future. And in this future, damn near anything is possible. Like literally, I just watched from yesterday a live stream. Oh no, of CERN transporting antimatter for the first time in human history. Like, I don't know where they were taking it, but they had a whole machine, and it was basically keeping the antimatter isolated, so that it didn't obliterate. And they moved antimatter. They created antimatter, they kept it stable, and then they moved it. That shit used to be science fiction. So that's why it's just like, whenever I come into the garden and I'm learning and I'm developing and I'm, doing different things, I'm trying different things, I'm building different systems, it's really exciting because it's like all the things that I wanted to do when I was a kid, especially when it came to like food production and understanding where my food comes from, I can do now. We can do now. And that's what I want to encourage people is don't sell yourself short. You can literally do whatever you want to now. I mean, of course, like you said, I'm not going to go into all the other stuff in this world right now when it comes to, Donald Trump and the war and, the Middle East and all this kind of stuff. Ain't nothing we can do about that. There's about as much as we can do about that as we can do about if a fucking volcano goes off or not. These are these are damn near geological forces moving around, and for me it's like the same thing. I've been talking and telling my family, my immediate family, but not my not my wife, my son, but my sister, my brother, God rest him. Not God rest him, God help him. He's MAGA, so. But I've been trying to tell them, like, unfortunately, we're here now. And we're going to have to learn how to adapt. Oops. And that is going to be the challenge of our generation, adaptation. Everybody wants to talk about prepping. Oh, get your preps together. Get your preps. Go prep and do the preps and prep this and prep that and buy this and buy that and hoard this and hoard that. All in this idea, ultimately, of waiting something out. Of hunkering down, not doing anything, and grazing like a cow until maybe the thing that's happening will pass. Here's what I'm gonna tell you: it ain't gonna pass. This is what the powers that be want the world to look like because it's lucrative for them. When I was working at HP, there were, there were conversations, continuous conversations about upselling. Upselling is like in consumer lingo, upselling is a derogatory term. You don't want to be upsold. But in corporate America, they're like, no, we have a whole strategy to get this upsell, And it's like, sure, I get it. Uh-oh. Are you alive? Are you alive? Did I roll you? I think I rolled him. That'll be the first worm to take a flight like that. I mean, I guess the ones that are on fishing lures. But I launched that guy. He got to the leaves. No, I don't know if he was still alive. Like I said, I'm not worrying about the worms this time because Buddy, that's wet. Buddy, that's wet. Come on, let's go inside. It's cold and wet out there. I know. You did a great job. Good boy. Good boy. Have a seat somewhere. He's a good boy. He tried to sit down. He just wants to be around. But it's cold. It's still pretty cold and wet out here. That cushion is soaked through. We're gonna have to get a whole new cushion. I'm pretty sure, and that's the thing. I see those cushions over there on the ground too. I put all this stuff away, and my son took all of it back out. You know, and that's what I'm talking about. It's like walking entropy. You know, he doesn't know how to put anything away, fix anything, or make anything back to the way that it was. He only knows how to disperse shit. So I thought that I put those things away. He took them back out, and then it started raining, and I'm like, well, that's over. Yeah, it is what it is. So this is parenthood. Just learn how to live with that, you know. I love him. I die for him, I kill for him, but holy shit. Anyway, what were we talking about? Learning how to adapt. So this is an adaptation, you know. I've been adapting for the past 6 years, since COVID, how to live in this new world, because you guys don't recognize by now, the world ended then. The world as we knew it ended in 2020. Boom, COVID, done. Everything's different. Everything's changed. And now you got to figure out how to navigate this stuff. You know, you have an explosion of internet culture, an explosion of, you know, parasocial relationship because nobody can leave their houses. Everybody's lonely, you know, and then people don't understand. It's much different. Like I said, I'm blessed. Oh boy, sorry. I'm blessed because I have a family, you know, to be with. Some people are completely alone, you know, and I feel like, you know, of course, the United States leaves a lot to be desired, you know, but I just feel like, you know, when you talk about the, what do you call it, the progress of human society, we are at the point where nobody has to be homeless anymore. Not a single motherfucker on this planet has to be homeless anymore. Nobody has to be hungry anymore. Not a single motherfucker on this planet has to be hungry anymore. But unfortunately, we have people like Donald Trump, Benjamin Netanyahu, Elon Musk, that freaking prince or king or whoever the fuck in India, and just greedy sons of bitches where enough is never enough. Not being able to spend, like, this is the thing. Certainly these guys have money to where even if they were to try and spend it all in their lifetime, if they tried, if they gave away just, you know, they still wouldn't be able to. The amount of money that they have, they wouldn't be able to buy enough shit. And that's why they put all of it in their stock market. Because they want more money, and they don't have space enough, unless, like they say, they start buying islands and shit, which they have done, to just put all their shit. Because these guys are worth more than countries, dude. So, you know, it's just like at a certain point, dude. So, and this is the whole thing, you know, like I said, we live on a planet. We live on a single goddamn planet. And nothing is infinite. You know, none of this is infinite. Water is a non-renewable resource. I don't know if you guys know that, but water is a non-renewable resource. You can harvest it. You can collect it. You can put it in a bottle. But the water that we have is the water that we have on this planet. I don't know if you guys know this either, but the warmer the fucking planet gets, the more water begins to get lost to space. Oh, you didn't know that. Yeah. Water vapor is getting higher and higher in our atmosphere. And just like Mars, this shit evaporates into space. So, long story short, you say, we live in the future where a handful of motherfuckers are ruining the lives of 8 billion people because enough is never enough. Like a small auditorium full of fucking people is fucking up 8 billion people's lives. Think about that. Somebody's goddamn, the size of somebody's fucking parent group at a goddamn piano recital is fucking up the lives of everybody on this planet. Look at that. Oh, look at that black gold. Look at that black gold. Yes. I'm gonna do another one. We're gonna do another one. We're gonna get lunch. Got a ton of wood chips here. Those are like partially broken down, so use those for bolts down here. Don't fall. Okay. But guys, I don't know how I got off on all those tangents. So push the sides, loosen this girl up. Then we'll be able to pull this out. Man, that grass. The roots got the whole thing bound up. Man. Shit. I'm doing this the wrong way. Because I wanted to use the flaps on the side, but I'm recognizing something. The point of tension goes this way. I can still use it like this. Okay, that's fine. But pushing this way is safer than pushing this way because the staples are down. And if I keep pushing this way, all my staples are going to come out. So I'm going to flip this. This actually helps because now I have a bowl to put this in. Big bowl. I need to use that smaller tool. Come on, that smaller tool. Come on. Come on, get it now. Come on. Let's go. Oh, yeah. All right. Talk to it like a mule. Look at that root. Oh, my Lord. Whew. See, if I didn't have the sifter, it'd be very difficult to recollect all my good soil off this giant piece of grass here. I'm almost scared to put this in my compost. Shoot. Because these jokers are resilient. Resilience, this is resilience in a plant. This motherfucker will survive a nuclear holocaust probably. So I'm a little concerned about putting in my compost might survive. Anyway, what are we talking about? What's possible in the future? Yeah, so we're building resilience, gardening. We are building, another worm, go! We are building self-sufficiency. We are learning. We are moving with the earth. We are honoring our earth. We're honoring the thing that keeps us alive. Because people don't fucking want to, you know, this is just the stupid, annoying shit. People want to call you tree hugger. People want to call you hippie. People want to call you all these names because you want to pay attention and not fuck up the place that keeps you alive. It's weird. It's literally like going in your own house and just walking around, kicking holes in walls, you know, open the refrigerator, kick all the food down, destroy everything, and be like, I'm a man. You're also a man who's dumb as shit. Like, honestly. The thing is, just like, you know, oh, sorry, worm, I definitely hurt him. Can't save them all. I haven't saved Vinny today. But it's just like, I feel, you know, it's this ass backwards, you know, idea that our, you know, and I feel like it's definitely uniquely American to just give zero fucks about the environment, to just, you know, act like environmental care is somehow soft and weak. If anything, it's the manliest shit you can do right now. Uh-oh. Let's see if I can save you. Yeah, I got him in there. Oh, there's another one. If I see him, if I can save him, I'll save him. Yeah. Launching worms all over the place today. Yeet. Yeeting worms all over the yard. Worms are important, dude. Do you know how important worms are? Worms are important. Worms are literally, like, this is the whole thing people want to say. A lot of shit that you pay for right now is shit that you can literally make and build and grow yourself. People have entire businesses set up around worm castings and worm breeding. Because you know what else you can do with worms? You can fish. Oops. Okay. Worms are important. A critical part of gardening. If you're in-ground gardening, specifically, the way that I garden now, I'm trying to follow the earth. I'm trying to follow nature because we are in a stage of adaptation. We are at a stage where our environment is changing and we have to change with it. So, unfortunately, that means that all the old climate models, out the window. All the weather forecasts, barely fucking reliable. So, what do? You go the fuck outside, you put your hands in the dirt, and you start learning. You don't hide from it. Woo, look at that fat boy. Woo, look at that fat boy. Whoa, look at that boy. Oh, you hurt? He seems a little hurt, but I'm gonna eat him anyway. Yeet. Oh, I hit the fence. All right, we get the rest of this. That's all we're gonna be doing today. These two. I don't know. I've been enjoying chatting with you guys. Hopefully, you know, this is kind of one of those body doubling, work along type of things. Hopefully this gets you motivated to get out and do some gardening yourself. A lot of people think that gardening is like this very, what's it called, glamorous thing. They think it's, you know, so you see all the pictures on TikTok and Instagram and, you know, all the very professional and very, you know, impressive gardens on YouTube for these different guys who do it professionally. But here's the thing, guys. You're literally working with dirt. There's not a whole lot glamorous about this. Oh, nope, didn't get him very far. There's not very much glamorous about this. But what you don't have in glamorousness and shit being pretty, you gain in your understanding of how all this shit works together to make food. Sorry, worm. I'm not getting them all the way over there. This is where most of the work happens, right here. Boring, sifting dirt through a sifter. This is where most of the work happens. It's about building your foundation. And building a foundation is not fun. It's not interesting. It's not exciting. It ain't gonna get you followers and views and clicks and comments. But guess what it will get you? Much less work in the long run. A strong stepping stool, a strong standing space for the things that you're trying to do. If you skip out on this part, which is, ooh, I think he's okay. Okay, here we go. Oh, we got him. He got over there. If you skip out on this part, you're not gonna do well. Your garden isn't gonna flourish. Your plants aren't gonna grow food. Your micro and macro fauna won't be healthy. You can see all the good wood chips. We put these wood chips in here when we first amended all this soil and dirt. This soil is probably 3 or 4 years old now. That's why it's so good. We used this to grow potatoes in. I used it to grow, oh no, are you dead? I think you're okay. Another one. If I can see him, I'll save him. You guys just see them as they go. But this is literally the most important part of your garden. Right here. The soil, the dirt. This is what we eat. When you growing vegetables, you're eating this. The nutrients. The worm castings. Ooh, there's another one. Nice. Nice. That one right in. It was a little heavy. Chunky boy. There's another one. This is what you're doing. You're eating this nutrients. And I promise you guys, a lot of people don't understand that. Matter of fact, most people don't understand that. This is the stuff that is dissolving in the soil into or should I say, being broken down and made water soluble so that plants can take it up. That's what we eat. And if you don't understand that, you're lost, bro. Gardening is a process of alchemy. Alchemy in its truest form. No hoodoo, voodoo, magical, anime stuff. It's alchemy in its purest form. You're taking elements that are being broken down by microorganisms, fauna. Oh, it's 12:30. See, I don't know how long we've been recording. Probably almost an hour now. I'm sorry. But like I said, hopefully this has helped you guys, give you a little bit of company if you're like me and, you know, you enjoy doing this type of thing, but you don't have you know, anybody that's all the time with you to enjoy the gardening experience. We can hang out together and chat about all the things. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not just the whatever. I'm not a centrist. I don't do this for money. So I'm not gonna be, you know, fence sitting on a lot of issues. I believe very strongly in a lot of issues, and I believe very strongly in a lot of things. And I'm not gonna be the one to act like certain things don't matter, or don't affect me, or I don't care, because I do. So if you're a MAGA, fuck off. Literally fuck off. Get off my channel. I don't talk to my brother because he's MAGA. Why? Because being MAGA is not a political ideology. It is a set of morals and values that you've carried and weaponized against the rest of the fucking population. That's what MAGA is. And I hope that it triggered somebody. I hope that triggered one of the fucking MAGA snowflakes. And I hope that they're crying and typing angry comments in my goddamn comment section. I hope. That means that I fucking I stirred them a little bit. And sometimes being stirred is all it takes to make somebody change their fucking belief systems, because they're actually being challenged for fucking once. And unfortunately, that's what we've seen a lot, is a lot of these guys, MAGA guys, a lot of them just spoiled children. They've always gotten their way. That's the adverse selection on that side. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, and that's the other part. Like I said, I am a very specific person, and this is what I've been thinking a lot about in my life lately. Because I'm 37 now. You know, I'm closer to 40 now than I am to 30, or to 30 years old. And I wanted to, you know, I'm like, who am I in this time? Who am I in this time of shit? You know, it's like, it sucks because it's like, I know that I'm really nobody. You know, I'm nobody. I don't have political power. I don't have money. I don't have popularity. I don't have none of that shit. But what can I do? And not only that, but it's just like, I'm such an oddball in the world that I don't fit in anywhere. I have a lot of different interests, a lot of different skills, and some very specific belief systems, as you can see, and ways of operating in the world. And I have yet to find anybody outside of my wife who operates like this, who sees life like this, you know? And I want to make a space for people like me who are just different. Who are science guys, who are car guys, who are jazz and music guys, who are hip-hop heads, who are gardeners. Oh! That's what I'm talking about. That horse shit right there. You see that? The freaking wind just rose up and pushed this cover off and damn near ruined my whole shit, man. Dang. That's a sign to tell me to stop. That's what that is. I was right on time. Right on time, because I just finished. But to see all that, this is a space for people, especially black men, who no longer fit within any sort of defining characteristics. You have your own ideas, you have your own thoughts, you know, but you're also objective and observant and reasonable and intelligent. This is a place for you to come, hang out, and be yourself. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of places like this for us. So what do we have to do? We have to make a place for it. And that's what I'm going to do. That's who I am going to be in this time. I'm going to make a place for us to just be who we are. because we're odd now. We odd. We're awake. We can see the shit. We're doing the shit, and we don't fit in anywhere anymore. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna make our own space for it. We're gonna talk more about our interests too. Like I said, this isn't just gonna be a gardening channel anymore. That's why it's called Beyond the Box Gardens, because there's a whole lot. Look at this beautiful soil. There's a whole lot of things that we, want to talk about, that we want to get to, that we want to explore. No, my gimbal's all dirty. Look at that. Oh, so this is our soil that we're going to be using. Golly, that's so pretty. Oh, I could have my fingers in this all day. Pause. Oh, it's so good. Look, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. Wow. That's so nice. Wow. Well, that's a long-ass video. Like I said before, hopefully this has been a cool experience, just hanging out, talking, sifting dirt. Hope you guys were able to kind of hang out and, find some enjoyment and some relaxation with this. These are the type of videos I'm going to start making more of. Just hanging out, just talking, just doing the garden thing. Talking about life. Gardening is one of those things where it's just like it's a lifestyle. Of course, you learn the fundamentals and the knowledge that you need at the beginning as you continue learning. But it's also like things are changing constantly. So there's never just one set of rules to follow for everything. And anyway, I'm gonna shut my mouth. I gotta go get some food. It's already way past 12:30. I don't know how long I've been doing this now. 50 minutes, something like that. Yeah. You guys have a great day. Stay safe. Go fill up your gas tank, because that's happening. Go grab a couple chickens from the store just in case. Like I said, ain't nothing we can do about any of this shit. But you know what we can do? We can be prepared. We can adapt. BCBG's family, good to see you. Daniel out. Take it easy.